My fiancée told me one day, in the calmest tone, "You should sell your ancestral home. My friends will laugh if they see it." I smiled slightly and said, "I'll think about it." A few days later, I quietly transferred the house into a trust under my sister's name and decided to put the engagement on hold. But when she discovered that the house would never be part of our future, it felt like her entire world had just fallen apart. I'm 24, and until about 2 months ago, I thought I had my life figured out. Been with my fiancée Maya for 2 years. We met through mutual friends at a birthday party, hit it off immediately, got engaged last spring. She's beautiful, ambitious, works in real estate development, always dressed perfectly. My family loved her. Her family loved me. Everything seemed to be falling into place. The house she mentioned, it's been in my family for 4 generations. My great-grandfather built it in 1947, right after the war. It's in an older neighborhood, nothing fancy from the outside. 3 bedrooms, needs some updates. The kitchen cabinets are original from the 70s. But it's paid off, it's mine, and it's where I grew up. My parents moved to a condo near the coast 5 years ago and signed it over to me when I turned 21. My grandmother's rose garden is still in the backyard. My dad's initials are carved into the garage door frame from when he was 12. Maya knew about the house from the beginning. She'd been there plenty of times. We talked vaguely about living there after the wedding, maybe renovating it together. She never seemed thrilled about it, but she never outright objected either. Until 3 months ago. We were having dinner at her place, some pasta dish she'd ordered from that expensive Italian spot she likes. She was scrolling through Instagram, showing me pictures from her friend Amber's engagement party. Huge venue, ice sculptures, the works. Amber's fiancé bought them a condo in the new development downtown, she said, not looking up from her phone. The penthouse unit. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, looks nice, I said. They're doing a minimalist aesthetic. Very modern, very clean. She set her phone down and looked at me. Speaking of which, we should probably talk about the house situation. What about it? Well, we can't actually live there after we're married. I stopped mid-bite. Why not? Babe, come on. It's outdated. The neighborhood's not even that nice anymore. And honestly, my friends would laugh if they saw it. You should sell it. We could use the money for something better. She said it so casually, like she was suggesting we switch cable providers. I just stared at her. You want me to sell my family's house? It's just a house. It's not like it's some historic mansion. It's old and it needs work. We could get maybe $400,000 for it, maybe more if we stage it right. That's a great down payment on something actually worth living in. My great-grandfather built that house. I know, and that's sweet, but it's 2025. We need to think practically. I'm not bringing friends over to a house with floral wallpaper and linoleum countertops. It would be embarrassing. I felt something shift in my chest. Not anger exactly, more like clarity, like a fog lifting. I'll think about it, I said quietly. Good. I already talked to someone at my company who could list it. She'd give us a good rate. Of course she had. That night, I drove home and sat in my driveway for 20 minutes, just looking at the house. The porch light my dad installed when I was in high school. The mailbox my sister and I painted one summer. The window to my old bedroom where I'd snuck out a dozen times as a teenager. She wanted me to sell it so her friends wouldn't laugh. I didn't sleep much that night. Kept replaying the conversation, the casual way she dismissed everything that house meant. But the more I thought about it, the more other things started clicking into place. Little comments she'd made over the past year. How she'd stopped posting pictures of us on social media unless we were somewhere expensive looking. How she'd started asking about my finances more specifically, what I had saved, what my parents might give us as a wedding gift, whether I'd inherit anything else. The next morning, I called my sister Priya. She's 27, works as a legal consultant, infinitely smarter than me about this stuff. I need your advice on something, I said. What's wrong? I told her about the conversation. When I finished, there was a long silence. She wants you to sell Nana's house? Priya's voice was ice. Yeah. So her friends won't laugh? Apparently. Do not sell that house. Are you hearing me? Do not. I'm not planning to. But I want to protect it. If things go south, if we get married and then divorce, I don't want her anywhere near it. Smart. Let me make some calls. Priya connected me with an estate attorney the next day. By the end of the week, we'd set up an irrevocable trust with Priya as the trustee. The house was legally out of my name, protected from any future claims, any divorce settlements, anything. It would stay in the family no matter what happened with Maya. Cost me about $3,000 in legal fees, but worth every penny. I didn't tell Maya. Just kept going through the motions, wedding planning, dinner dates, all of it. But I was watching now. Really watching. 2 weeks after the trust was finalized, I told Maya I wanted to pause wedding planning for a bit. Not call it off, just slow down. We've been moving fast, I said. Maybe we should make sure we're on the same page about everything. She didn't take it well. What do you mean, pause? We have deposits down. We have a date. What are you talking about? I just think we should make sure we're ready. Are you doing this because of the house? Because I suggested selling it. Partially. She laughed, but it sounded forced. You're going to derail our entire wedding over a house. It's not just a house, Maya. That's my point. Fine. Keep the house. We'll figure it out. Can we please move forward now? But I didn't budge. Something felt off, and I couldn't shake it. I told her I needed space, maybe a few weeks apart to think clearly. She acted supportive at first, but I could feel the shift. Her texts got shorter, less frequent. When I did see her, she seemed distracted, always on her phone. Update 1. 3 weeks into our break, my friend Zachary called me. Hey man, need to tell you something, and you're probably not going to like it. My stomach dropped. What? I was at Mason's place last night for poker. Maya was there. Okay. With Kyle. With Kyle. Kyle. Her ex from college. The one she'd sworn was completely out of her life. Just a friend now. Nothing to worry about. What do you mean with him? They came together. She was all over him. Hand on his arm. Laughing at everything he said. When someone asked if you guys broke up, she said you were figuring things out, and that she needed to keep her options open. I felt numb. Are you sure? Positive. I'm sorry, man. I thought you should know. I sat with that information for 2 days. Didn't confront her, didn't call. Just watched. Started checking her social media more carefully. She'd untagged herself from most of our couple photos. Posted a few cryptic stories about knowing your worth and not settling. Then I noticed something else. She'd posted a picture at a coffee shop downtown with the caption, "Perfect morning." In the background, barely visible, was Kyle. Same table. I called Priya. I need you to do something for me, I said. Can you find out if Maya's been asking about the house? Like officially? What do you mean? Just check. Please. Priya has connections everywhere. 2 days later, she called me back. So, funny story. Maya contacted my firm last month. Wanted to know about legal options for claiming shared property in an engagement. Specifically asked about ancestral homes and whether an engagement ring counted as a binding financial commitment. My blood went cold. She what? She didn't know I worked there, obviously. One of my colleagues handled the inquiry. But yeah, she's been researching how to stake a claim on the house. Are you serious? Dead serious. The colleague said she seemed really focused on the property value. Kept asking if there were ways to force a sale, even if the other party objected. I felt sick. She's been planning this. Looks like it. Good thing you already moved it into the trust. I thanked Priya and hung up. Sat there for a long time, just processing. Maya hadn't just casually suggested selling the house. She'd been plotting how to take it from me. And the second I pumped the brakes on the wedding, she'd gone running back to Kyle. Update 2. I decided to tell her about the trust. Not out of spite. I just wanted to see her reaction. Wanted confirmation that my gut was right. I asked her to meet me for coffee on a Thursday afternoon. She showed up 20 minutes late, sunglasses on even though we were indoors. Hey, she said, sliding into the booth across from me. So, have you finished thinking? Because I've been patient, but we really need to get back on track. Actually, I wanted to update you on something, I said. I transferred the house into a trust a few weeks ago. My sister's the trustee. It's no longer in my name. She froze. You did what? The house. It's protected now. It'll stay in the family no matter what happens. Just wanted you to know. The color drained from her face. Why would you do that? Just seemed like the smart thing to do. But we were going to. I thought. She was scrambling, not even finishing sentences. You can't just give away assets without discussing it with me. We're engaged. We're on a break, actually. And it's my house. Was my house. Now it's the family's house. This is insane. You can't do this. Already did. She stood up so fast she knocked her purse off the chair. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this. With you. With your stupid attachment to that falling apart house. We're finished. Okay, I said calmly. That threw her off. She'd clearly expected me to beg, to apologize, something. Instead, I just sat there. I mean it, she said. I'm leaving. I'm done. I heard you. She stared at me for another few seconds, then grabbed her stuff and stormed out. I sat there for another 10 minutes, finished my coffee, paid the bill. Felt weirdly calm. She texted me that night. Can we please talk about this like adults? I didn't respond. The next morning, I didn't mean what I said. I was upset. Can we meet? Still nothing from me. By that evening, she was calling. Left 3 voicemails. The last one was her crying, saying she loved me. She didn't care about the house. We could work through this. I blocked her number. Update 3. Priya called me a week later, laughing. You're not going to believe this, she said. Maya showed up at my office today. She what? Walked right in, asked to speak to someone about trust law, wanted to know if there was any way to contest the transfer of property into a family trust. The receptionist called me because she recognized Maya's name from when I mentioned her before. What did you do? I came out to the lobby. She saw me and her face went white. I introduced myself as the trustee of your family's estate and told her there was nothing to contest. The house was legally transferred. It's irrevocable, and she has no claim to it whatsoever. Then I asked her politely to leave. How did she react? Tried to play it off like she was just curious, not that she was actively trying to find a loophole. But she left pretty quickly after that. I couldn't help but laugh. The audacity of it all. She'd actually shown up to my sister's law firm trying to figure out how to get her hands on the house. A few days after that, I got a message from Kyle. We'd never been friends, barely knew each other, so seeing his name pop up was jarring. Hey man, just want to say sorry about how things went down. Maya told me you guys broke up weeks ago. I didn't know it was complicated. For what it's worth, she talks about money a lot. Just thought you should know. I didn't respond to him either, but I appreciated the heads up. Confirmed what I already suspected. By mid-October, Maya had started dating Kyle publicly. Posted pictures of them at restaurants, at concerts, the whole relationship rollout. Some mutual friends reached out asking what happened between us. I kept it simple. We wanted different things, better to figure it out before the wedding than after. Her best friend Amber, the one with the penthouse, actually messaged me privately. I'm sorry about everything. For what it's worth, Maya kept talking about your house like it was going to be her big payday. She even said once that she could flip it for double if she convinced you to renovate first, then sell. I should have said something sooner. That was the final confirmation I needed. She'd been planning this from the start. The engagement, the wedding, it was all building toward getting control of the house, selling it, and cashing out. And when I protected it, when I made it untouchable, she had no reason to stay. Final update. It's been 2 months since everything imploded. I'm doing fine. Better than fine, honestly. I've been fixing up the house, actually, doing the updates it genuinely needs, not to sell it, but to take care of it. New kitchen counters, repainted the porch, restored my grandmother's rose garden properly. Maya and Kyle didn't last long. From what I heard through friends, he got tired of her constantly comparing him to what she could have had financially. They broke up about 3 weeks ago. She tried to reach out to me after that, some long message about how she'd made mistakes and wanted to talk. I deleted it without reading the whole thing. I ran into her once at a grocery store last week. She looked tired, avoided eye contact, tried to walk past me quickly. I just nodded and kept shopping. Didn't feel angry anymore. Didn't feel much of anything, really. Just grateful I'd figured it out when I did. The house is still standing. The trust is ironclad. My sister and I are actually talking about maybe turning it into a rental property eventually, keeping it in the family for another generation. Or maybe I'll live there long term. Haven't decided yet. But either way, it's protected. I look back on that dinner conversation sometimes. Her telling me to sell it so her friends wouldn't laugh. That one sentence saved me from making the biggest mistake of my life. If she'd been smarter, if she'd waited until after we were married to push for it, things might have turned out differently. But she showed her hand too early, and I'm grateful for that. Edit 1. Some people have asked if I feel bad about how it ended. Honestly, no. I feel bad that I didn't see it sooner, but I don't feel bad about protecting what's mine. Edit 2. The ring was returned, by the way. She mailed it back with no note. Sold it, and put the money toward the house renovations. Edit 3. For anyone wondering, Priya is the best sister anyone could ask for. She saw through Maya from the beginning, but waited for me to figure it out myself. Smart woman.